Is it okay to say no to a client? And if you have no other option, how to do it? That's what we'll discuss in today's episode on Psychology for Marketers. Hi, my name is Magda and welcome to this week's episode of Psychology for Marketers. And today I want to talk to you about whether it's okay to say no to a client. I believe yes. Now, I know they say that customer is a king, but I believe there are some situations when you are the king and you should think of yourself. So these are the situations where I believe that you can and in fact should say no to a client. First situation is when you're being asked to do something that you don't want to. If you have your own business now, then I hope that you're doing something that you're passionate about. And you've done enough years of doing things that you were asked to do that you didn't really want to do. And now it's time to do things that actually make you happy. So if somebody comes up to you and they have a business proposal, but it's just not something you want to do, say no. After all, isn't enjoying what you do a bit more important? The second situation in which I also think that you should say no is when the person that is asking you to work together is somebody that you just don't want to work with. Look, I think it's quite important that you want to be a fit, you want to feel comfortable with this person. I'm not saying you have to become friends, but you want to have this specific relationship that allows you to work together easily. And if this is somebody that you wouldn't normally go out for a coffee or you couldn't spend one evening together, then don't start working with them. This is going to impact how much you can contribute and how much you can actually do from yourself. The third situation in which you can say no, it's when you cannot help. So when the offer that comes to you just falls outside of the scope of your expertise, and it's perfectly okay to say no, to say that no, this is not what you do. Don't feel constrained to always say yes and always try to deliver value in places where you just don't know as much about. Another one, it's when you don't have time for another customer. Look, if you're too busy and you know you won't be able to provide as much service and of high quality like you would want to, then just say no. And finally, and this is a biggie for me, I say no to clients who don't want to agree to my pricing. If they say that this is too much and they ask me to go down on the price. And here is why. First of all, it is very rarely about the price. I mean, money and time, these are just excuses we like to use, but there's usually a different reason why we don't want to work together. So if somebody tells you, yeah, I'm interested, but your prices are too high, that should be a little sign for you that you haven't convinced them yet enough to work together. Now, there are people who will always try in any situation to always see how much they can negotiate and how much they can save. Okay, this is cool, but exactly because I don't like this kind of discussions, I hate bargaining. For me, this is my price list and you either want it or you don't. I just don't like this kind of conversations. If you want to negotiate, you want to see how far you can push people, then please just go somewhere else. And lastly, I am confident in the value that I provide and I believe that the prices that I charge represent this. So if you feel confident in what you can offer in your product, your services, then why would you ever go down on the price? Besides, look, if you actually decided to lower your price for somebody, there are two serious consequences. First of all, once you do it this one time, you'll see how easier it is down the road and you'll find yourself suddenly totally lowering your prices. And of course, that's going to impact how much money you make. And secondly, somebody who is so strict about paying you less, well, these are the kind of people who usually ask for a refund anyway. These are the people who end up complaining, who don't do their part. If it's coaching, this will be the people who will not show up for your calls and will not do the homework that you ask them to do. So just let go of these kind of people. And if they really want to work with you but they don't have money, then you can always work together in the future. There's also another advice I wanted to share with you that I just recently found out, and I think that really puts it nicely together. And it's as simple as just don't be desperate about clients. Come from a place of abundance instead of scarcity. There's so many people in the world. There's enough customers and clients for anybody. So if something comes your way and you don't like them, you don't want to work with them, you don't have time, or any other reasons that I shared with you, it's okay to say no. It's okay because you will be getting customers. Just believe that the customers will come to you. And especially if it's somebody that you don't want to work with and you don't really have other customers at this time, don't come from a place of desperation. believe that the right customer will come and just say no to this one. Okay, so if you're dealing with any of these situations and you decided that you are going to say no to this person, there's few rules that you want to follow when it comes to saying no to a potential customer. So first of all, you want to say in a way that still leaves space for future work. You might not be a fit now, but you might be a fit sometime after that. So leave some space, because this person might come back to your life with a better opportunity and a great business proposal. So just make sure that you don't discourage people, that you don't shut all the doors. So if possible, if you have time, you can stay in touch and just keep communicating and see whether you ever have any projects to work on together. Second thing to keep in mind is that you don't want to say no in a way that is gonna make that person hate you and go all over social media and write how horrible you are and how rude you acted. So you want to be respectful. You want to do it in a way that still, allows for friendly communication. So it's not like, you're not being angry at each other, and it's not the place to let your ego take over. So even if you're dealing with a customer that's very difficult and that you just don't want to work with, still stay respectful because you're really protecting yourself and your own brand. And of course, do it in a professional and ethical way. So how do you actually say no? Because I know a lot of people find it very difficult. Well, I do as well, to be frank. This is why I follow a certain template that makes it so much easier for me. So this template has 4 steps. Number 1, you want to first thank them for contacting you. So just simply acknowledge that they reach out to you, and that already makes a huge difference. Secondly, you actually want to say no. Then you want to explain why. I mean, that's just nice. Instead of saying, no, sorry, I cannot work with you, if you give a motive, a reason, that's just actually keeping the communication a bit friendlier. And finally, this is the step that I always make sure to include. And it's to show a person that you not working together, it's actually good for them. See, if you don't have time to help them, if you don't have expertise, or if you just don't want to do it, then the truth is you're not going to provide the best value. So it's actually better for them not to work with you. But I think it's important to state it because people have a tendency that if they hear no, if let's say they really wanted to get your product and then you tell them no, we have a tendency to feel that, oh, there's something wrong with us, like we don't deserve things. Everybody else gets what they want, I am the only one who doesn't. It's a normal tendency, but it's a very negative and very discouraging tendency that we have. So try to counteract it, and I'll show you how in a second. And also you want to do it in a way that again builds your brand and positions you as an expert and professional. So I actually scripted 2 scenarios for you that I'm going to read to you so that you can see how to talk to people or how to write emails so that it's easier for you. And I'm also going to put them under the email as well if you just want to copy paste it. So the first scenario is in case you're a coach, if somebody is reaching out to you for your coaching program. Hi John, thank you for your email and your interest in my coaching program. Unfortunately, I am at the maximum load right now, and I am not able to accept any more clients at this time. As providing the best quality services to every single one of my clients is my highest priority, it would not be fair to you to accept your proposal at this time. So you see what I'm doing? I'm acknowledging and thanking them for their email. I'm saying no. So here you don't want to go around it. You actually want to say no, you cannot do it, because it's not your goal to start a whole conversation that will take a few days before you will finally get you just don't want to do it or you can't do it. And then I'm talking about how important it is to me to provide the best quality service to other people. So that's what I'm talking about, right? That it's actually the benefit for them not to work with you because I wouldn't be able to provide this kind of service to them. And here's the second scenario. Hi Mary, it was great meeting you the other day and learn more about your goals for your business. From our conversation, I noticed that what would help your business the most is not life coaching, but marketing strategy. This, however, falls outside of my services. Here are some referrals for you to help you get started. Boom! Like I said, if you can't really help a person, just say it. There's no need to pretend and act like you know something that you don't. However, as much as possible, see if you can refer them to another person or show them any blog posts, any articles that they can read to help them get started with what they need. So you also, even if you cannot help, you also want to see whether there's anything that you can help them with. And like I said, that is going to open the door for any future business opportunities. Okay, this is it for this video. I know it was a bit long, but I think the ability of saying no to clients, it's very important. And I think that really makes a difference for you if you learn to say no when you really don't want to work with somebody. That, you know, empowers you, gives you the confidence, and it's really going to show in every area of your life. So definitely understand that you have the right to say no, and just follow these simple rules of saying no to another person. Now, I hope this video helps you deal with the situation. If you are struggling with any particular situation right now, you don't really know how to reply to a person, how to say no, just share it in the comment section below and I'll be very happy to help you deal with it. And of course, if you like this video, please like it and share it with your friends. And to get more videos like this every week, in fact, make sure that you join our subscriber list on psychologyformarketers.com. Because yeah, this way you'll be getting videos like this every week, plus some additional content that I only keep for our members. Thank you so much for your time watching this video. I'll see you next week.